We're on. So I hit 1,000 YouTube subscribers. This should be worthy of celebration. And y'all said no. The people of Discord have spoken and they said no. The answer was a no from the people of Discord. I am going to tell you the story of how I gloriously and valiantly attempted and failed to start my own cult when I was in 9th grade. This live stream, which is simultaneously live on Twitch and YouTube at 6 p.m. Central European time, is going to become a YouTube video. Before I tell you about how I tried to bring the word of the glorious, most glorious, beloved, almighty goddess, the goddess called Echa. And I will explain that a little bit later. Check out this comment. Femboy is an imposter made. Hashtag Femboy. Number 1 comment. Stop pretending you're female. I just called myself a femboy. Chat. Like, I'm not, like, what? Chatters. I am going to tell you the story of how I created my own cult. But there are 3 relevant gods, and there are more than that, okay? So, like, are you ready for the names of the 3 gods? Can't say the name of God, that's blasphemy. Actually, my God allows it. You see, I came up with this religion, I make the rules, and I am also one of the gods. There are 3 main gods, okay? They are called Echa, Lunar, and Sol. That's what their names are. And now, for more buying time before I continue giving you the word of God, I was on YouTube and I was searching for my own name. So check out what I found when I searched my own name on YouTube, a family-friendly platform. Femboy Sasha. Best OnlyFans trans girls. And then my channel. The first thing you find on YouTube when you search for my exact username is fucking adult content. What the heck, YouTube? So, to tell you the story of my religion, I was sitting in class one day. It was an English class. And as I sat there in class, ignoring my teacher, I received the enlightenment. I saw visions. I saw God. It came to me that day. The true word of the 3 gods. Echa, who you non-believers might call Earth. Lunar, which you non-believers might call the moon. And Sol, who you plebeians might refer to as the sun. But true believers call them by their right names, as they are the gods that have brought forth you and me. The moon is not real. A non-believer, chat, remove 1 electron from every atom in their body. Blasphemy is saying God's name. The gods, fundamentally, are not like gods that you are familiar with. You see, you have to understand that my God, which is Echa primarily and the other ones as well, my gods have no qualms about humanly doings. My gods have no problems with anything you or I do or say. But what you need to understand about the gods is that they are real. The earth exists. The sun exists. The moon is real. They exist. And I will tell you one thing. If it was not for them existing, then the you would not exist either. If it was not for the earth to have fertile grounds, and if it was not for the sun to shine photosynthesis upon the plants, then you would not exist. You have to be thankful to the gods. Of course, there are 3 main gods. However, there are more gods. For example, the greatest of the lesser gods is Jupiter. Now you may think, what makes Jupiter greater than the other minor gods, such as Mars and whatever the fuck Venus is up to? Well, Jupiter. Without Jupiter, you would not exist. It is known. Jupiter is preventing the evil forces of space from destroying us. The Jupiter, the comet catcher. This is exactly right. This is what a science lover would say. But true believers know that Jupiter, in his benevolence, has decided to divert the evilness from space, from our living quarters, so we may live full lives. Without the benevolence of Jupiter, we would all be dead. There would be none of us. No life would exist. Does God know the future, or your mind too puny to comprehend? There is no future. There is no past. There is only the now. The past is only a collective hallucination that we have come up with to make sense of our surroundings. You see, my made-up cult religion has this thing where I make it as scientific as possible while also sounding batshit insane. So, now let's talk about which rituals you can perform to make it rain. Let us say, chat, you live in an environment and there is no water. Let's say you wish to have more water. Well, you may think that because Earth-chan is, well, generally indifferent to your existence, you may not be able to receive more water. But there are rituals you can perform, prayers you can say to make water happen. The glorious Echa gives us water in which form? Rain, that's right. So, how do you make more rain? A rain dance? No, that's silly. Why would you think that it's a rain dance? No, there's a way better idea. So what do? Is you take a big flat container, okay? Like a tray, and you fill it with water. And then you put it in the sun. And then Sol will heat up the water and make the water disappear. The water will enter the atmosphere. And then Earth-chan, in her glorious benevolence, is going to make the water come down. If you need rain...
Trooper55 says, did you know that the sea and ocean is basically a gigantic soup?
I don't like this. Sounds too much like science. There is no science. It is God working through magic. Like, science can't explain why water goes away when you shine light at it. Science can't explain. You may wonder, having heard the glorious word of our gods, how did the gods come to be? Well, there is a creation story. Well, you see, Earth-chan, as well as the moon, is actually a child of the sun. Yeah, so the sun existed first. When the sun was created, there was a lot of debris left over. And this debris eventually became Echa. And some material created lunar. The earth and moon are children of the sun. And you may wonder, then where is Sol from? Well, Sol is a descendant. Sol was actually created from a predecessor. A sun-like being that must have been very old, that ceased to exist at some point. And then the matter of this previous god came together to form Sol. And before that, there was another one. And before that, there was nothing. It is said that one day there was nothing. And then the universe decided to go boom. And that's when everything was created. And the genealogy is, it goes boom. And then there's one star. The star dies. There's another star. The star dies. And that third star, that is Sol. And from Sol is born Echa and Lunar. And from Echa, we are born. Therefore, we, all of us, have a lineage to the very start of the universe. God bless. God bless. But Echa bless. Earth-chan bless. So, now, I have told you the religion of Earth-chan, Lunar, Sol, and all of the other ones, okay? Now, you may wonder, why have you never heard of this religion before? Well, it is because of an evil and oppressive force. And I will describe it to you. When it was time to realize and spread my word, I decided to create a founding document. I spent at least 4 different English lessons. And then I decided I must spread the word. So I went to the world's only and greatest free encyclopedia. The Wikipedia, as you know it. And I visited Wikipedia and I blessed it with the knowledge. And when I blessed Wikipedia with the knowledge, I spent so many hours. I typed and typed. And I typed everything. I explained every little phenomena. Everything. And then, when it came time to publish and submit, you know what was the response? From the evil forces! The forces of anti-Echaism. The evil forces of Wikipedia admins. You know what they said? 2 words. 2 words it took. 2 words to destroy my life's work. Utter nonsense. The Wikipedia admins described the page as utter nonsense and deleted it. As such, Echaism was facing oppression had to run away. Only 2 or 3 real believers remained, sometimes maybe even 1. But I have always kept true to the word, the ideology I have learned, the visions I had received from the one true God. And now you know too. And if someone tells you these 2 words, the words of utter nonsense, I tell you, you have the blessing of God to destroy them.